I'm going to talk about one product. And let me tell you which one I'm going to talk about today. It's going to be Retin-A. Retin-A is hands down the best skincare product that you can get your hands on. And so I suggest if you're 30 or above, you should definitely at some point start a Retin-A treatment. It's never too late to start. And doctors and dermatologists will actually claim that it does reverse the signs of aging. Very few things do that, but Retin-A, they will claim, does that. And I've been doing Retin-A since I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and I've definitely seen improvement in certain areas. This is what Retin-A looks like. This is a tube of Retin-A, and this is 0.1%. Now, in order to get Retin-A, you have to have a prescription, but it's well worth it, and a tube like this will last probably a whole year, just depending on how religious you are with your treatments and stuff like that. I have 3 tubes of Retin-A here. They are all 0.1%, which is the highest concentration that you can get. Do not start with a 0.1%. You really have to work your way up to this strength or concentration. You do not want to start with it because you'll do more damage than good. I mean, if you do damage, it's going to be temporary. It's not going to be, permanent, but still you don't want to go through that process. I actually broke like the golden rule of skincare, and I used some of this Retin-A around my eyes because that is my main problem area. And I should not have, and I didn't use a buffer. I didn't use like lotion or an eye cream to kind of dilute it at all. I just put it right on there thinking, well, if it's supposed to reverse the signs of aging, that's where I want it to happen. And actually, it like burned my skin there. I mean, I swear to God, I thought I was going to blister, but it was so red and so raw, and then it has to go through this whole process. It's like the worst sunburn you could ever have, and that process that you have to go through until it peels off. That's what it was like, and it was around my eyes, and it's very hard to cover something like that up. So do not make the mistake that I did and start with something really high potency, thinking that you're going to do yourself good, because you're not. And like I said, it's not permanent damage, but you have to work your skin up to tolerate these concentrations and to adjust to these concentrations. So I've got this one here, which is your typical Retin-A. That's the most popular. And then I've got, this is called Retin-A Micro, and this is actually for more sensitive skin. So, if you have sensitive skin, then this is probably the one that you want to get. And then I have this one, which I cheated because I have the best mother-in-law in the world, and she lives in McAllen, Texas, which is on the border, close to the border of Mexico. So she has a friend that goes to Mexico often and gets prescription ointments and stuff like that for cheap, and it's legal. So she got me this, and it's called Stieva. So I guess that's like Spanish for Retin-A or something, Stieva A. So anyways, if you get it in Mexico, you can get it for $45. This was like $45, I think. I'm almost positive it was $45, maybe $40. But if you get it in Mexico, and it works exactly the same, it's got the exact same ingredients in it, and it works really well. But so if you live close to the border, then do it. So anyways, let me tell you how this works. The reason Retin-A is so good for the skin is because it initiates cell turnover. And that's what we want. The reason that kids' skin is so great is because their skin is the cells are constantly turning over, and their dead skin is constantly shedding. As we get older, that process slows down. So when that happens, the dead skin cells just kind of grow on top of each other and sit on top of each other, which is why some of our skin, especially if you've spent a lot of time in the sun, some of our skin has that leathery look to it. Nobody wants that leathery look. So you want to try to get your skin into a routine of shedding constantly, shedding a lot, shedding as much as it can possibly shed, because that's what children's skin does. So not only does it help your skin shed, which helps reveal the fresher, youthful skin underneath, But Retin-A, and it's the only product on the market that actually helps to initiate collagen production. And that's another reason why we end up wrinkling and, our skin starts to sag, is because we have no collagen in those areas. Our collagen has been depleted. And so that's what leads to the lines. They've lost their elasticity. They no longer bounce back, and they've lost all their collagen. So this actually helps to plump up the creases that create the fine lines and the wrinkles and stuff like that. So that's why this is the #1 product that if you are 30 and above, you should have this in your medicine cabinet. Medicine. Who has a medicine cabinet? Or whatever you want to call it. Like what is that called? I don't know. Wherever you keep all your, beauty products and stuff in your bathroom. So anyways, so it helps, not only does it help shed the skin and reveal the new, younger, fresh skin underneath, but it also helps to produce collagen. And if you are really good and very disciplined in using this, then you will definitely see the results that you're looking for. You will see fresher skin. You will see more of a glow. You will see the discoloration fade. So not only does it improve those things, but it also improves the color of your skin, which as we get older, you start noticing the age spots and stuff like that don't go away. Well, this helps with that. So you want to start with lower concentrations. I think the lowest concentration is a 0.025, and then it's 0.5%, and then 0.05%, and then 0.1%. And you want to work your way up to that level. Let me tell you how it works. First night, put a little bit on your hand. You don't need a lot, but it's thick, so it doesn't spread real easily. So a lot of times you can use a lotion, just a little dab of a lotion, just to kind of dilute it so that it spreads easier. You want to spread it all over your face. You do not want to get it around the eye orbitals or whatever they're called, because the skin is very thin there and it's very sensitive. You want to get it as close as you can, but not right on it, especially not the higher concentrations. You can do it with lower concentrations if you dilute it really well. Anyways, you want to put it on your skin. The first night you go to sleep, you want to do it at night also. You go to sleep, next morning your skin is really, really tight, and you're like, wow, this stuff really works. I mean, it's really impressive at how tight your skin feels the next morning. But it's not tight for the right reasons. It's tight because it's about to crack and because those dead skin cells are starting to be released. So what happens is it gets really tight. Then the following day, you'll start to notice either it getting tighter, yourself looking older. You actually look worse before you look better, because you actually look like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years older before the skin starts peeling, because it really, really dries it out, and then it cracks a little bit, and then day 3 or 4, you'll see little skin beads all over your face. When you see that, you'll know that it's working, and you will have to exfoliate, because nothing looks worse than a bunch of skin beads all over your face. And I have actually made that mistake too. One time, I don't know how I missed it when I was putting on my makeup, that I had all these skin beads all over my face. And I went over to a friend's house, and when I'm sitting there talking with him, and he looks at me and he's like, "What's wrong with your face?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I look in a mirror and I was like, the horror of what I look like. I could not believe I went out in public like that. But so you need to really find a really good exfoliator or a exfoliating brush to get all that dead skin off your face. And then the next day, you can start another treatment. In the beginning, you want to do your treatments, and you want to do one maybe once every 3 days. Once every 3 or 4 days. After that, you can start again, wait until the beading and the exfoliating takes place, and then you can start another one. The whole goal is to be able to start doing it every day. So at first you're doing it like every 3 or 4 days, then you're doing it every other day, then you're doing it every day. The only downside to it is that you will literally kind of look like hell for about 3 months until your skin completely adjusts to the Retin-A and to the process. Once it adjusts and you're shedding skin every single day, you won't even notice. It'll be like a child. You don't notice children with beating skin falling off their face. So that is the goal. The goal is to work and get your skin completely adjusted to the point that it is shedding every single day, and every day all you're doing is revealing that skin underneath that is very youthful and fresh. And the wonderful thing about it is that in the meantime, your face and all your skin, you're just producing more collagen. If you can become very religious about this, that is the hard part. As much as I am into fixing things that are wrong with me, it is very hard to work up to that point, because you have to be very careful also in the summer months. Your skin becomes very sensitive when you use Retin-A, and you do not want to get in the sun after you've used your Retin-A, because you could do more damage than good. And if you are going to be in the sun, you better be wearing one of those giant hats and just dousing your face and your skin in like 50 plus broad spectrum, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, what is it called? SPF. You want to be dousing your skin in 50 plus SPF, you know. And that's the hard part, because you have to go through this process, and sometimes if you know you're going to be in the sun all the time, you don't want to use it. As long as I've been using this, I have never gotten to the point where I'm using it every single day. One of these days I will work up to using it every single day, but I don't now. But since I was about 30 years old, I've been really good about doing a treatment at least 1 or 2 times a month. And unfortunately, some of the people that I know and some of the people that I come in contact with, it just stinks, like when I have to go to my child's school or something and I'm going through the process, and so I've got all this skin and I'm like, oh my God, please don't notice this skin falling off my face. Or I look 10 years older and they're probably like, dang, you look terrible for your age. So that's the hard part, but it is so beneficial for your skin. So if you can get your hands on some Retin-A, it is hands down the best thing for your skin. I hope that this video has enlightened you. I hope that you've learned something from it, and I hope that that you will go out and buy some Retin-A and start it and really see the results for yourself, because I can promise you, you're going to see improvement, and that's the whole point. So thank you for watching, and until my next video blog, I will see you later.